Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, PDAC Toronto here this year 2020. And now we are at the booth of ION Energy, and Ali Haji, the CEO, wants to tell us a little bit about his terrific lithium company out of Mongolia. Ali, good morning.
Morning, Jochen. Thank you.
Great to have you here.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Good to see you again.
And ION Energy, you're the first time at Commodity-TV. So maybe you can give us a short little overview. Where are you based? What are you doing?
You got it. ION Energy is a private company at the moment, based in Mongolia, 30 kilometers from the Chinese border. It's an 81,000 hectare license where we're exploring salars for lithium. We've had some early work done that showed grades up to 811 ppm, average grade about 426. So extremely close to the largest consumer in the world, obviously China being on the doorstep, a very competitive position to be in.
Super, great. When you say private, that means that you intend to list. When would that be an IPO?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are listing. We're in the midst of an RTO with Spirit Banner Capital. It's a CPC on the Toronto Stock Exchange, on the Venture Exchange. We are in the midst of doing an RTO with them, and we intend to list before the end of this month. So the end of March.
That's pretty fast.
Yes.
Super.
Yeah.
Hey, perfect. Like to hear that. That's good. No, because lithium, I mean, as you know, I'm German. I'm living in Switzerland. Even I just bought myself a hybrid, so I'm also a consumer of lithium now. Right. So lithium is probably one of the most key metals for the battery metals production, aside cobalt, nickel, etc. So the markets for this, the demand is high, despite that we saw an oversupply in the market, but I think this is diminishing now. Can you give us a little bit more of, let's say, detail of your property? I mean, salar, we know that from Argentina, for example, also. How does it work? What do you want to do there?
We're only about 1,100 meters above sea level, so a little more competitive than the lithium triangle in South America. And as a result of where we are in the Gobi, we have 250 days of sunshine and very high winds, so the evaporation cycle would be a bit quicker. I think one of the other advantages that we have relative to the salars is our terrain is extremely easy to traverse, so you do not require any specialized vehicles in order to traverse it. In fact, we've even seen a Prius on the property, a Toyota Prius.
Okay.
I think the government of Mongolia has been extremely supportive of this project, purely because it is looked at as a green metal, lithium. And given the fact that there is so much sunshine and wind, as I mentioned earlier, we can use renewable energy sources to help power our plant in the future. So really looking forward to getting our exploration program off the ground, and that's happening as soon as we're done with our listing process. We plan on putting $500,000 US directly back into the ground this year and have some preliminary results around August. Following that, probably a pre-feasibility closer to the end of the year. So a lot of exciting things to come.
Hey, that's high speed.
Yes. A lot of exciting things to come.
Okay, so how many meters do you want to drill? Or
We're drilling
how can we describe
at a grid of 200 meters apart, down to 20 meters. The work done by the Russians in the 50s and the Mongolians in the 90s indicates that the salars are not very deep. So the aquifer is not very deep at all. We purchased our own hardware, our auger rig, last year in August, because we want to hit the ground running as soon as we are listed. We'll start 200 meters apart, do some geochem and geomapping. Once we've figured out 200 meters apart, will give us a good sense of the size of our salar. We expand that to 400 meters and then get a true sense of how big this thing really is.
Okay, wow, fantastic. Can you maybe give us a little bit more insight, let's say, in the structure of the salar? When you intend to produce, you said evaporation, So now we know in Germany a lot of like NGOs or let's say the Greens, whatever, they say, oh yeah, that's bad, the mining, you need so much water, you are killing the water table and it's not working with the native inhabitants, etc., etc. Do you face any problems of that? How do you handle your water? How does it work?
No, that's a very valid question. I think water is plentiful for us. Thankfully, it's an endorheic basin, so all the precipitation since the Cretaceous period has never flown to an external body of water. So we have found water on site, and yes, evaporation can be very, very intensive as far as water consumption is concerned. But there are progresses in technology where you can actually extract the lithium directly without using evaporation ponds. So that's something we would look to explore in the future, but I think to start, we really need to get a sense of how large this thing really is.
Absolutely.
And really understand the chemistry before we can talk about solutions.
Okay, super, fantastic. So as you said, you are in the process of IPOing, of listing, or you are an RTO now. So how much money would the company get into the treasury then? Who are major shareholders? What is management skin in the game, of course?
We're raising up to 3 million Canadian at this round. There's already $1 million in cash in our CPC that we're taking over. So that brings us to $4 million, absolutely. And that really keeps us funded for about 2 years.
Wow.
maybe more if we can stretch it. But that allows us to really get things moving. So it is priced at 30 cents a unit, with a 40-cent warrant. The warrant has an accelerated conversion at 60 cents over a 60-day VWAP.
And how many shares outstanding in total after that would be?
Absolutely. After will be 50 million shares outstanding.
50, so you would have like a $15 million market cap.
Exactly, just about. Our pre-money valuation is 11 million, so you add 14, 15 million market cap. Management and insiders own 39% of the company.
Wow,
so
that's a lot.
It's a significant
amount. Paid with
your
own money or
paid with our own
stupid
money?
seed shares?
No.
Okay.
We bought the shares, and we are in fact locked up for 3 years.
Okay.
So we
wow,
cannot,
you're escrowed. That's great.
We're escrowed for 3 years.
Fantastic. Oh, okay, nice to hear that.
So we want our shareholders to profit along with us.
Fantastic. So if we go in a little bit bigger picture, where could you imagine, and that's for the regulators, forward-looking statement, what is your plan then to be in production, and what do you think this might cost? I know it's way too early, you need to do feasibility, pre-feasibility, that's for sure, but just do you need 50 million, 100 million, 500 million? How much would it be?
I wouldn't want to speculate just yet, I'm afraid, Jochen. Looking at some of the costs around the lithium triangle, it's fairly easy to get an indication as to what that would be, but I'd prefer not to speculate at this time.
Okay, well, nice to hear that. That is a real statement from a CEO. I like that. That's very good. Okay, perfect. How do you rate the lithium market today? Well, what is your idea about it? With oversupply diminishing, I have the feeling we are getting now this year really all the new models into the market. The people really start to buy. Hybrids are in high favor, and also with, like say, the e-tron, for example, Volkswagen, GTE, etc. This is now really coming, right?
It is. It absolutely is. I think if you look at Volkswagen, they've announced that they're going to have internal combustion engines disappear from their lineup entirely. So they're moving to an entire EV model. Mercedes, Audi, BMW have all recently let go of people so they can focus on R&D for electric vehicles. So it is the future. It is coming, and there's nothing we can do to stop it. Tesla is one that rings true as far as EVs are concerned. But there are 2 Chinese manufacturers that produce more EVs than all other EV producers combined. So
who's that in China?
Close, I forget their names. It's their acronyms.
BAC.
That's one of them.
I think it's BAC something is one.
And so they're producing more EVs than anywhere else, everybody else combined. Our proximity to that market being only 30 kilometers away from the Chinese border, and China consuming 53% of the world's lithium, makes us a compelling investment, to say the least.
That means you have the market in front of your door.
Absolutely.
You can truck that even.
Yeah, we can truck it. There's also a rail. So if you look at the map here, that's the rail right there.
Okay,
so
super.
Very easy to move our product.
Well, fantastic. So it sounds like you have a good game plan. I wish you all the best for that, and really keep us posted.
I will do.
And then in approximately 3-4 weeks, you are listed latest, right?
Exactly that.
Super. Congratulations. Thank you very much, Ali. Great.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, it was Ali Haji, the CEO of Ion Energy. Yeah, you heard it. Lithium in Mongolia with salars. Yeah, so it's lithium from evaporation, and they do it the right way, so nobody is really hurt. The water is treated well, and they do the things right. I would call it probably on ESG standards. Yeah, this is how you want it. And the company has for approximately 2 years then money in the bank. They want to start pre-feasibility already by the end of the year, so they are on a really speedy plan here. And lithium is the place to be, aside of probably cobalt, nickel, and all the other battery metals, because e-mobility is, as Ali said, unstoppable. Check out the company. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from Toronto.
Thanks, Jürgen.